we have Australia's largest range of tyre brands and sizes. Find a cheaper identical tyre locally stocked and we'll beat it. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
It's the opening weekend of PlayStation 4 NPL Victoria Women's, and we are live this afternoon from Box Hill United versus South Melbourne, their NPL debut as they return to the top flight of Victorian football. And now cleared along down the line. Grease's pass is going to give possession away. And it falls to Gertz. Cross from the right, looking for Camilleri. Fantastic header, and Box Hill United off to a flying start. Mel Camilleri back in Box Hill colours and on the score sheet. It's Box Hill United 1, South Melbourne 0. Great cross into the area from Gertz. And Camilleri, who's had a huge pre-season, you can just see how sharp she looks right from the off. Hall breaks right. And using her pace to get away from Jarvis. It's Christina Hall at the byline. Over the head of Fotopoulos. Richmond at the top of the box. Counts around Argyropoulos. It's Richmond driving it straight at Ramsey. First round of a 27-round season as well, which is pretty demanding. Greaser on the ball. Plays it to Thomas. Flag stays down. It's Thomas. And it's a good save from Dalost. Wants to concede ground. Puts Christina Hall under a bit of pressure. The American sweeps a pass back to Dalost. She's got to be careful. She's caught in possession by Thomas. Heads the ball on. Greaser fires over. It was a bouncing ball, and Caitlin Greaser's technique let her down there. And goes back to Richardson. Richardson really is a super boot. Roosts it long, and the defence has been caught out. Camilleri's through, and Molly May Ramsey has been able to get enough of a deflection on it to put the ball out for a corner. Stops and waits for Vatcky. Tried the return for the 1-2. Nicolacci in the road. Verzi now. Nat Martineau, long ball over the top. Britt Thomas is onside, shooting first time. Flashes it wide to the left. Trying to catch the goalkeeper there in no man's land. A number of players camped in the attacking third here because they know she doesn't get a great deal of distance. Argyropoulos read it in the air, knocks it down to Nicolacci. Martineau unmarked at the top of the box and hits the crossbar. South Melbourne edging closer to an equaliser. There's an FFE employee, I'll leave it there. Cross to the top of the box. And now Pollock has to get the ball away. And I suppose there have been some calls to reclassify as we wait for Christina Hall now. Hall with a left-footed shot. Oh, Christina Hall has picked out the top left corner. South Melbourne inviting on the pressure, and Hall made them pay in first half stoppage time. It's Box Hill United 2, South Melbourne 0. And Christina Hall, who would have won the gold medal last year if not for ineligibility, has got off to a flying start here in 2017. Julia Nicolacci keeps it in, but only to the advantage of Box Hill, as Maddie Richardson is on the ball. Plays it into midfield. Eliadis gets a touch. Battle in the air. Thomas brings it down. Airs to Thomas. Britt Thomas is through, and it's a good save by Dalost, and she dives on the spill. Directing traffic, drives across to the top of the area, but picks out Littlewood. Now Gertz. Back to Fotopoulos. A little bit apprehensive in the challenge from Pollock. Greaser flicking the ball into the path of Melina Reyes, and it's a good save by Dalost. Ayres shot it straight at the keeper. And Alyssa Dalost, I think, grateful perhaps that Ayres couldn't quite steer it either side. Now a long ball from Hall, and Camilleri, the flag stays down. This would be quite the reply, and it's a good save by Ramsey. Making two saves from Britt Thomas and one from Melina Ayres as the chances start to pile up. Good signs for South is that they're still creating at the start of this second half on a warm day. Camilleri with a shot from the top of the area, and it was curling wide. Fotopoulos down in the corner. Plays the ball to Kutravelis, first time cross. And allowed to bounce, a volley over the bar from Vatcky. Ayres. Richardson comes across to clear. Eliadis knocks the ball down. Eliadis from distance, high over the bar and wide, out for a goal kick. It was an incredibly hard win for them, but it feels as though they've perhaps got a monkey off the back there, a number of those former Bundoora players, and now that they've got a title to their name, they can play with maybe a bit more freedom, as we see Ayres shooting, hitting the crossbar. High to a central position, and it slides wide to the far post, and Eliadis and Nateros were both there. I think it would have been Eliadis' goal had it been able to nestle. Maren Heller, the German, does. She is waiting in the wings. Ball on the right side. Thomas, another speculative attempt, and it goes high and wide as Richardson sinks the right boot and clears it into the attacking half. Bit of a course for Gertz to go and chase, see if she can create some nerves. Ramsey out of her line, slices a shallow clearance, and now Eudes with a lob, and it's just wide. South Melbourne haven't been able to take their chances today. Richmond to Hall. Martineau read the pass, comes through and takes the ball. Now to Ayres, right on halfway. Nicolaci, first time ball. Britt Thomas breaking through the right side. Richmond backtracking. Thomas cuts around Richmond, left-footed shot. Dalost, a parry. It's loose in the 6-yard box. Dalost waiting on her line. It's Nicolaci over the bar. Although, if it's a willing game, it requires some tough tackling. Maybe not. Cross into the area, over the head of Ayres. And Thomas runs it down at the right byline, crosses it back in. Ayres fires over. He's trying to swivel the body and keep the shot down at the same time. And now spin and face the target from deep in midfield. Ayres keeps it moving. Argyropoulos over on the right. He's got numbers breaking ahead of the ball. Victoria Argyropoulos finds Caitlin Greaser. Just inside the area. Greaser turning, shooting. Dalost, it slides. And she just took enough of the sting out of the ball. It's a tight angle, but don't rule out Eliadis from trying to score direct. 3 in the wall. Eliadis does shoot direct and hits the crossbar, and that's 3 for South Melbourne. They cannot find a way through. Now across to Nateros. Nicolaci keeps the ball moving. Scroggy looking to break down the right side. Weaving through to Melina Ayres, top left corner of the box. And now Greiser. No power behind the shot. Held by Dalost. Puts it out to the right. Eliadis is there. Feigns to cross. Now breaks to the byline. Tiff Eliadis still hasn't swung the ball in. Instead goes back. Scroggy, first time cross. Aerial chance. Tipped over. Great save. Greiser with the header. And a good save by Dalost to put it over the bar. Unconventional, safe to say. Through ball. Box Hill with a chance. Vatcky with a lob. And over the bar. 2 minutes into stoppage, so interpret that as 4 minutes of stoppage. Shelby Green plays the ball on. Heller, unmarked players. Vatcky, all the time in the world. And it is a full stop on an opening day win for Box Hill United. Elena Vatcky completing a very impressive performance.
2 unmarked players in the box there. I think South Melbourne will be very disappointed at that, but Box Hill capitalising. Who's your bet for the final of the 2 games in this round?
Oh, I don't bet on football, Alex. Oh. High ball into the area. Ayres with a header, and it slides out at the back post.
Interesting to see if they can come up against a physical Calder side.
And there is the full-time whistle. Box Hill United welcomes South Melbourne to PlayStation 4 NPL Victoria Women's with a 3-0 win.
Well, look, from watching it from the sidelines the first half, we did go out hard. Yeah, and you could see that our intensity was there, that we were hungry, but I just think towards the end of it, the hunger died down. You could see, obviously, credit to Box Hill. They did well, they played hard, they fought hard, and then they got the result at the end of the day. I was saying to the girls, it's what we need to improve on. It's probably just the hunger.
Do you see it as a disappointing result, or do you see it as a positive sign? Certainly in the second half when you came on and a few of the others came on, we created a lot of chances, and unfortunately it just wasn't to be today.
Well, personally, if I'm looking at my own game, I felt a little bit disappointed in myself. I could have worked a lot harder. But overall, I said to the girls, look, this is a learning curve. We're new to the league, and every team is going to be outgunned to get us. And we just need to take it as a learning curve. Next week we've got, I think, Heidelberg. It's going to be a clean slate, and hopefully fresh attitudes.
And how did you find adjusting back at the club and playing with these group of players?
Look, I've known a couple of them for a while now, and I settled in quite quickly. I think it's just for the new girls, it's still a bit rocky with the settling in. Like, we're still getting to know each other, the way we play. But yeah, I'm sure with next week's training and the week after that it will just progress, and you'll definitely see an improvement.